just to build up some, just to wait for the others to come on. As you know, this is Chuch Talk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Share. Go ahead and share now. Share the live. Tag somebody because we want everyone to be on tonight. Remember the topic tonight is sex and spirits. Alright? So just go ahead and share. Invite a friend. Tell them to come on now because we need to hear what your views are. So I'm just giving you a few seconds to fill up the live. Alright? As I said, go ahead and share, tag somebody, Let us know that you are watching us online and you are here with us, all right? Before we go any further, remember the number to call tonight is 819-4632. 819-4632. The topic is sex and spirits. The subtopic is the importance of sex in marriage. All right? Again, the topic is sex and spirits. The importance or the benefit of sex in marriage. All right? Let us know that you are online. Again, good night to everyone. Good night, good night, good night. It is so wonderful to have you back to another episode of Chuch Talk. Tonight, we have with us a new member to our panel. We have Minister Charlene Williams. Give us a round of applause and line up for her. New person on the block. Woo, woo, woo. All right, we have Pastor Reverend Ronald Beckford again here with us. And back by popular demand, Minister Burke, the Vibes Master. Yes, we are happy to have you here this evening. Again, get yourself ready. The number to call is 819-4632. And the topic is sex and spirits. We want to know what you think. So we took it in the street this week and we went around and we asked questions. What do you think about sex and spirits? To break it down a little more, do you think it is important to have just one partner? You get married to the partner and everything is fine? Or do you think having sex with anybody is just a one thing? And nothing so serious when a spirit a transfer or there is no transferring happening. That's what we want to know. What do you think? Do you think it's okay? Sex is just a normal thing, or do you think it's something spiritual? Let us hear your views. As I said, go ahead and share. Please share. Tell a friend about this. Alright? First, I'm going to ask Minister Williams to just introduce herself and tell which church she is from and so forth. Go ahead, Minister. No, you can go ahead.
Okay. Good night, everyone. I am Minister Charlene Williams from the Royal Hill Church of God of Prophecy. And I'm happy to be here tonight to share with you on this popular topic. Persons might seem to discuss from time to time. Persons have their different views on it, and some might be saying that it's not biblical, there's not much biblical sense to it. But tonight I'm really, really happy to be a part of this panel to discuss this topic.
Wonderful, wonderful. Again, by popular demand, Miss Burke here. I'm just going to go straight into it. Miss Burke, we're starting with you. What do you think about this topic tonight? Sex and spirits.
Okay, good night, Facebook friends. As you all know, I am Natalie Burke, and I just want to say that for me, sex is very important for marriage. And I just want us to be reminded that this marriage that we're talking about is monogamy. One woman, one man. No cross gender. Because we all know that Leviticus talks about the abomination of two men lying. So tonight our focus, our main focus is on one man, one woman. I just need to say tonight that a need for a male, the number one need for a male is sex. You notice I did not say the need of a man, because man is a spirit and the man needs God. The number one need of a male is sex. So males were designed by God to be the progenerator, so they produce seed. Amen?
Amen.
They have millions of sperms in their loins. Alright? But the women on the other hand number one need is, for me, is affection. And we all know that some people think the need of a woman might be sex too, but it is affection.
Right.
So once the woman gets the affection, then sex will come into play.
All right. Well said. Man of God, let me hear your views on this topic. Let me hear what you think about sex and spirits.
Well, my views on sex. Good night, I'm Pastor Beckford. You're special, yes, and I thank God that I can be with you again and be a part of this panel and to share with you my belief that marriage is the union of a man and a woman as husband and wife, and which becomes a foundation for a home and a family. Yes, where you develop the family and care for your family. So, in fact, it is designed by God, and that you should bring forth in God's purpose. Thank you for being a part of us and listening tonight. God bless you.
All right, so Minister Williams, your views.
My views on sex and the spirits. First of all, I would like to define some term. What is sex?
Come on now.
What is spirit?
All right.
We first have to understand that before we can get deep into it. Now, according to, I'll go to the Simple Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, sex has to do with contact between individuals involving penetration. Alright, so that is sex. Alright, so when a man and a woman come together, they become like a union. They can't talk, they come together. That's what happens. Alright, now spirit, according to the dictionary, is non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character. And it has to do with the soul. That's the spirit. So my view is that sex is spiritual.
Alright.
That's my view. Sex is spiritual.
Okay.
So when two persons transfer. When a man comes together with a woman, just think about it. And they have sex. Alright? Something deposited from the man into the woman. So there has been a transfer. And it doesn't matter how much condom you use. Condom cannot prevent this transfer that we are talking about.
Okay.
So that is my view.
Alright.
Sex is spiritual.
Okay. Wonderfully said. Well, this week we took it to the streets, and I will be letting you hear some recording of what persons had in their views. Alright? Here we go.
Yes. So, I don't think that while having sex, there is any form of spiritual exchange, whether good or evil. I think the only exchange there is during sex is the exchange of body fluids.
Alright, I don't know if you heard clearly, but what this one person is saying, she believed that sex it has nothing to do with spirituality. What she believed is that it's just exchange of bodily fluids. Minister Burr, what do you have to say about this?
If we look at 1 Corinthians 6, and we look at verse 17, it says, "But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit." Right? Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committed fornication sinneth against his own body. So it continues to say here in, trying to find it. Alright. Basically what they're saying here, your body is the temple of God.
Right.
You're not supposed to have intercourse with other persons outside of your marriage. Right? Because if you take an harlot, or what we call a prostitute, and this prostitute has already a number of demons, don't you think you're going to have those demons if you become one flesh too? So that is my take on it. You are going to be ending up with, if them have 9, you're going to have 9 from fear 1.
Okay, so what you're saying then, Minister, if I was not a Christian then, and I had a couple partners before my marriage, that means I'm going to bring the demons of the previous relationship into the marriage?
Yes.
Definitely.
Because here it says at verse 16, see here it says, let me read verse 15 and 16. It said, "Knowing that your bodies are the members of Christ, shall I then take the member of Christ and make them the member of an harlot? God forbid. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is now one body? For two, said he, shall be one flesh." So if you take up somebody who spiritually have one of them demons, you're actually going to be filled with those demons. And every partner that you change and they come with those demons, you're going to end up with them too.
But what if the person have good spirits then? Are they being transferred to? What if it's not only demons?
Whatever it is, it's going to be transferred. You are joined as one flesh.
Yes, because that's where it comes
So
from.
what are you saying then? Sex is a joining of one flesh?
Yes.
So once I come and I see somebody and I have sex with them, it's joining of one flesh, even though it's not my husband?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it talks about the fornication. You're going outside of marriage. Or, you understand? Even the fornication here, probably you're not married before.
Right.
So what it is saying therefore, it is that it is important that you get married. So you don't have to jump and go all about. You already have this
So
partner.
that is what it is.
So the marriage seals your partner.
Very important. Very important. Very important point. Very important point. Because originally, the first person that I've intercourse with your partner, the person that you have intercourse, that first person that you have intercourse, become your wife or your husband. Originally.
Back then, so what you're saying, back then,
yes.
The normal way of doing things is to just go and get married.
Because them time people never talk about pussy in a bag and all them story and whatever you buy you need to carry home and all of that. It was just all about your Christ and you know so whatever you get, God bless it and if you're going to enjoy it, it's going to be good.
Okay.
You never worry about the pussy in a bag story.
It is just a culture. It is a culture that developed in our nation.
Yes.
Wherein we just apply ourselves, but we should be directed,
right?
From youth to understand that you should not allow yourself to take onto a partner having sex then.
Okay.
Before you are, and that's why if you read in the book of 1 Corinthians, you will see where Paul tried to direct them to the institution of marriage, because marriage was instituted by God.
Okay.
So it is a platform, a culture which every nation should adopt, but it's because it is coming from misled by our foreparents. They did not, and even now it is culture where we see marriage has some burden, but it is
casual.
Yeah,
marriage is just something where you can dress up and it's not something spiritual.
Or it's a document for some.
Yeah, something.
It's a documentation.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and it shouldn't be taken.
if you should allow me to, it said here that marriage between Israelites were directed by law, and all incestuous relationship were outlawed, and God weren't pleased with the Israelites marrying to other nations. You get what I'm trying to say here?
So marriage was sacred to them.
Yes, marriage was sacred, and that it is instituted by God where we should follow. So if they said if the person get married and go in to bed and there was not any
Sex
they had sex and the woman did not bleed because they have a white cloth that they would spread, on the bed under the woman. So if she don't lose her virginity, that marriage night, that means she lose the.
She unclean.
She unclean because she lose her virginity
Okay,
before.
So there was another exchange.
No more, go on a little.
Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, madam.
Go ahead, boss.
Yes.
So she would be rejected because
Oh.
she did not wait until she got married. So because they were trying to see to it that the nation stick to the real essence of the spiritual, because what we're saying here, if she go about being an harlot, she would just always be an harlot, so nobody would marry to her. You get what I'm saying?
But then remember that God, what was the story when the harlot got married to the man of God? Why would you, what happened there?
Well,
that means there was a deliverance.
Hosea was God do that specifically. God tells Hosea specifically to marry to the harlot, to send a message to the Israelites to the people of God, that they would recognize that this is where you find yourself, because you have taken onto so many gods, so many, you live concubine life or all life, you have adopt the principles of other gods. So God was saying, listen, this is where you find yourself.
All
so
right.
that's why He asked us here.
Hold on a little, Pastor. Again, for those who are just joining, remember, let us know your views. Do you think that there is a spiritual change when you have sex? Whether it be good or bad, let us know. Again, the number to call, you can voice live, 819-4632. You can WhatsApp us, whatever. You can also make a comment live below, and we can voice your opinions. Let us know. All right.
I don't want to detour, but having listened to him, we are in a different culture. And I think that bleeding that he's talking about is breaking the hymen. But if you notice now, we have girls ride bicycle, climb tree, do everything, all kind of stuff. So no, no one about bleeding now take place. One of my bleed for number 8 with menstruate so long time. So the only about bleeding now go on again. So who are viewers not expecting that when people get married now, you go see this whole heap of...
Yes, because things have changed.
Some people lose it like that.
Right.
Some people lose it.
Climbing on trees.
Yes. Right.
But that was just evidence.
That was just, I think,
and that was their culture. But however, they were using that to make sure that this person didn't practice behave himself and sinning.
all right.
But I think Hebrews 13 verse 4 sort of back up what you're saying with it. It says, let marriage be held in honor.
Yes.
Right? Among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled,
Yes.
for God will judge you sexually immoral and adulterous.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't want God to judge us, so we need to ensure that whenever we are partaking of sex, we are married persons.
Okay. All right. Let me just get another one. All right. Go ahead, Minister Williams.
Alright, I just want to back up the point that they're talking about, about sex and marriage as it related to marriage. If you notice in St. Mark 10 and verse 8, it said that the woman shall leave, and they two shall become one flesh, not two, but one flesh. So there you see that's a union. Yes. So you now become one. So we can look at that and say that when a person has sex, they become one.
Yeah, Genesis 2.
Alright? So what is happening? I know there are many persons out there and you are very curious now listening to this topic. But many times you want to get into sex for pleasure. So I know you must be thinking about it now. You want to get into sex for pleasure. You want to get into sex. Some person might just want to have a release. They just think of sex as if they want to have a release.
Right.
But there are penalties in having sex. Because sex was made for married people. You're supposed to be married in order to have sex. But I know there are many persons going around now and just having sex casually. You just meet upon a person, you have sex here, sex there. I know of this song that they are saying that sex without ties are the best.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, no.
So, some minister,
there are ties.
There are ties.
Yes.
So what you're saying then, because as I said, I went into the streets and persons are saying then, all right, Sister Mona, what you're saying, if my boyfriend is somebody where him a drunkard and he have little aggression and him have certain characteristics where kind of outrageous, but there is a wonderful part to him. When I have sex with him, me might end up behaving like that.
Yes, you take on the person's personality.
So you take on the person's personality.
Yes, that's what. Yes. Definitely. Have you ever wondered, you see a person behaving in certain manner, they can't understand why they're behaving this way. They have a different personalities because they enter into sex and they take on all these personal, as Minister Burke was saying. The person of demon, they behave that way and so on. So they take take on all these personalities. So definitely, it's not like when you leave the person, you feel as if you're free. No, you're not free.
You're not free from the
You're
person.
not free. No.
Viewers, let us hear, you're not free. Once you have sex with someone, it means that you are carrying something from your past relationship. Because as I said, I went into the streets. Let me play another one.
Just that was a voice note. So it is of mine. I honestly believe that we do live a part of us. Sex is spiritual. It's a spiritual act. Yes, it is physical, but it's also spiritual. There's a spiritual connection. There's something that whatever chemistry it has to do with the emotions, the spirit part of us. And when we do sexual intercourse, I leave a part of me with whosoever, and that person leave a part with you. That's one of the reasons why they say you can't use one relationship to either one because it don't work like that.
Alright, we get it clear.
You give yourself time to release yourself of everything of the other party.
That's
When you use one, you just keep doing that.
Alright, we're just gonna pause there. I don't know if you are hearing, let me know if you are hearing the voice notes clearly. What she's saying, you have to give yourself time to release yourself of another partner that you have. So that you see that, because sometimes some people date somebody else to get over the past relationship. You know. So what happened? There's another important part that I heard her say. I wanted to hear.
Yes, you break up today and you're going with somebody tomorrow. That person is still a part of you, and that's the same reason why we're talking about soul ties, and I mentioned soul ties last week. When we persons have sexual intercourse, they lock together. They lock together, so they have themselves together, exchanging bodily juices and all of them stuff with one another.
Bodily juices.
And then when the soul ties develop, they are hard to break. It takes God to break soul ties. So people say, pulling them left, right, and center. Pulling them left, right, and center. So part of me gone east, part gone north, part gone south. You're confusing the way yourself because they tell you with all kind of people, you've been tied up with them, you're still having feelings for these people.
That's where I was.
Even though you can say your relationship with them.
Powerful.
Yes.
So thank you so much. That is from the street. I don't know if you heard clearly, but there were some powerful topics.
Yeah.
She mentioned that there were points that she mentioned that you carried over your past things that the past partner usually do. You want to see it in the new partner.
Especially if you enjoy it. So
it's like you're caged.
Yes, you're
And
caged.
it's like you have this partner, but you still see
somebody
else.
Yes.
So even though the partner is new, you still want to see the things that the other partner usually do because they left a trace of him in the exchange.
And you have to be the
Sometimes the trace can move.
And she said you have to be diligent, sometimes the trace can move, you live with the trace forever. I know somebody, unless you have been delivered. I was speaking to somebody on the same topic here, and the person said one night he just wanted a release, and he went ahead and did his thing. And he said it come like the worst, it come like he drop in one cross his bottom. The bottom of a hole, because he said it just kept on happening that entire week and onward, and nothing cannot tell him that was not something spiritual just because he had sex with somebody, while another person is saying no, you cannot convince me that it is spiritual.
It is.
Because I just do one thing, even if I protect myself, that you can't tell me that's spiritual. So how can we convince our viewers that yes?
1 Corinthians 7, verse 8 8 and 9 says, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
Okay.
Right? So it makes sense to get married than you have your own and I do this and I do that. And you understand?
What if you were married and then divorced and married again?
Okay, the very important point that you bring up, if and this is where that Paul also makes, because some people say it's nothing to married and divorce, married and divorce. That is the other part of it, because married and divorce, yes, oh God, a lot of people is gonna. But there it goes, as she mentioned in the street, where you get from the street there. It come back to us wherein it's best for you to stick to one partner. Yeah, the marriage and divorce. So if you are going to accept it is for, abuse and you're being threatened, just don't think of just skipping from one partner to another. Married today, divorce next week, and then married again. Because
So it should not be exploited.
No, because as I said, even in your marriage, if you step over into a third party, it's gonna down your marriage, because even having sex with your husband or your wife, you want that out of that person which become the third party, and that spirit started there haunting you, and you're not able, and they are. Husband and wife can know if they are on top with their spiritual eyes, they can, and spiritual connection, they can know when the partner gone over to a third
That's
party.
why probably females always say they have instincts. I don't know if go ahead, woman.
I just want to, based on what Pastor is saying, that you have this third party coming in, but sometimes there's not a third party. In a sense that sometimes it can be just like a movie that a person is watching. You are watching a movie and you're expecting your partner to behave just like what you see in the movie. You watch a movie and you become possessed based on the movie. That's why we encourage Christian married people not to watch pornography, because you will take on the spirits. Yes.
Wow.
And then when you take on this spirit, you expect your partner to behave the same way. And so you start having a problem in the marriage.
Alright, give me a minute. There is a caller online. Go ahead, caller. Good night. This is Sister Dawn.
Good night.
With regards to the scripture that
Connectivity.
Yes, we're having connection issues. I don't know if she wants
Maybe
to.
she's the person who's having it.
Yes, probably not. Alright, go ahead again. Let's try this again. Go ahead, woman of God.
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Alright, go ahead. Go
Yeah, we're
ahead now.
hearing you, yes.
Alright, we will probably have to take a voice note from her. Alright, she's calling again. Give me a minute. Hello? Go ahead. Yes.
You hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with this scripture that our dear sister mentioned earlier on,
Alright, she will have to send a voice note. She'll have to send a voice note. Alright, go ahead, Minister Williams. You were saying something?
Oh yes, I was mentioning about the fact that persons are watching movies and then they get possessed with spirits.
Right.
Yes. And so they're expecting their partner to behave the same way.
Yes.
Based on what they are watching, they know
Because of the
possessed.
same spirit. Sister Dawn? Please do not call on the live. Please do not call straight. The number to call is 819-4632. Because you are disrupting the live, please. Sorry about that, viewers. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Alright, to continue. I remember speaking to another person and they were saying that they recall being in a relationship of abuse, right? And after being with the person over time, when they went into other relationships, they themselves got so much used to the abuse that they want the other person were treating them so well, they wanted back the abuse. Would you say that was in demonic form?
Yes.
Demon.
Definitely.
Wow.
That's sick.
I was just thinking that on the sub-theme, the importance of sex in marriage, you see? And as I said initially, remember last week we brought up some topic, even some issues, even though it was a different topic, some very important ones that relate to this topic came up. Where
Go ahead. Alright, just to take the call, sorry not to cut you, Miss Sister Burke, but from the caller online, go ahead.
Good night, everyone.
Good night again.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, with regards to the scripture that was mentioned earlier on by your dear mentioning, it's better to be married than to burn. Right? He was speaking of himself because Paul, he was a persecutor of the church and all of that, and now he has become now converted. Right? So now for him, getting married and having children and all of that was really on his mind. So that is when he said that. So I am in the church and a bit natural for me now to have urges, sexual urges. So I am burning, right? So do I go now into a relationship where it is abusive? I don't know how many persons this person that I am having eyes on has slept with before. How much has it changed since he's in the church? I don't know the depth of his spiritual life, and so both of us are burning, right? What are you saying to me now that go and get married and stop burning? What do you tell a young couple now like me if I were in that position? And another question before I hang up, if both of us now are married and never know anything about so much persons that either of us have been exposed to, because some relationships, to me, it doesn't make any sense to tell some person some of your past, because it doesn't make any sense. So do I now tell my husband that, I used to be a prostitute and so that's my livelihood, but now the Lord has converted me. But the Lord has converted me and I am converted, I'm now in the church, but these spirits are in me and I don't know, and this is what the relationship is. This is why my relationship, it has so many confusion and all of that. What do I do? So I'm now in a state of confusion right now.
Alright.
I'm listening to you, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
what do you tell me with those questions? Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Those important. So what she's saying there, then, Pastor, Sex and the spirits.
Sex and the spirits.
What do I do if now I am in church? Are you saying I am still walking with demons because I had sex with persons of my past?
Or are you saying I'm to go around and get married?
Are you saying I'm to go around and get married and
No.
explain to them and tell them say my past was a rubbish and
What we're saying here this evening is that not being a Christian, it's better to seek God into your life, because marriage is instituted instituted by God. So being in the church, you are being delivered from all your past.
so when you
So when you
become
become a
saved,
child of God, all things become new.
Deliverance.
So you are delivered. So it's not so much that we are saying this is of the church. We are warning, bringing this to even our generation who is against marriage. And some people, especially our generation today, they don't believe in marriage. And some people go into marriage for many different reasons. But marriage must be the very beginning of a family. I'm thinking of even our youngster, the moment he see a woman, all they think is just having sex. And that people believe, let me go straight to it, people believe in just this one night stand, and that we just spread around and we date each other and just have sex, and some of them call it unwanted pregnancy.
Right.
And name it. This is what we're saying here. But in the church, when you become a child of God, you are changed. You you get deliverance, you get healing, and when you become spirituality brings healing and deliverance and set you free. So in the church now, when you are going to get married, you must seek God for direction.
that is where I'm getting.
Seek
Because,
God for
Pastor,
direction.
what I'm saying, it's not only about marriage then. Because if me go take up somebody and because we know that in the church we have some demons walking around in the church.
Yes,
Me see the church brother, me not even know say him have some immorality. I mean, a lot of things are happening. Look here, nowadays you even find homosexuals in the church who pretend to be, or bisexual who pretend to be somebody that they are not. What if I don't know and I'm just here waiting for a good husband and see the young man in the church happily and jumping joy and something and speaking tongues? It's not just about marriage. Can we just like him, because what can happen now? We got to take up this gentleman and he comes let go all like demons in me. So it means that we have to see the Lord first then. We can't just take up and say we are going to marry somebody. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say, I'm probably in that person's position. I am not married. But I know that the Bible says, that He will supply all my needs. I just need to make my request known.
Right.
So, I would say to you, if your urges come, put them under subjection. Because you may put them under subjection and put them under subjection for good. And when the husband come and the time for the nice sex one, you don't have no feelings. Everything just dead. And you wonder what I want. But you need to put it under subjection. Alright, so just make your request known. Be responsible and be mature in whatever you are doing. God will help you to make the right choice. Right, so we can't just jump at it because we see that brother they come in and look like him have some money and have a job and such. Because they will get face alone, or they will get money alone, or they get lick, and you have to come and wear a bra that can just a skin teeth like all is well. Understand? So you have to make sure that you make the right choices. So we need to see God's direction.
Amen.
Alright.
Go ahead.
I just want to make a point here. As the sister was saying, talking about Paul, when he says that it's better to marry than to burn. A lot of persons misinterpret. And because of this, a lot of persons just get married because they're saying Paul says it's better to marry than to burn. And so what they're taking disadvantage of what Paul says. Paul was saying that it's best to remain abide even as I. In other words, he did not have any wife or anything. He was saying it's best to remain this way, but if you cannot contain, you should marry. But he did not say that you just run about and just go pick up somebody like that and marry. That's not what he was saying. There's another point that Pastor Beckford brought forward, saying that when you come to Christ, you are delivered. Not everybody that come deliver.
Powerful.
Person come and they are not delivered. There are persons that come to Jesus Christ in the sense that yes, they come to church and they get baptized and all of that, but they are still bound.
Baptism don't save.
Right. So they still need to be loosed. So it depends on the level. There are persons who become possessed so high, so they have to be delivered. Those spirits have to be cast out of them in order for them to be free. Have to be cast out in order for them to be free.
So you can marry, you can get saved and get married, but you're still walking with the demons because you need deliverance. So some fasting is important before marriage too. Fasting is important before marriage because sometimes we think that the people ain't come and everything clear up, everything clean up. But you have to let those things go before. I remember a person when I have this friend where he was getting into marriage and apparently he had some old photos and some old memories of his past relationship. And you know what happened? His aunt got a vision that he should wipe out everything from the phone and burn every picture of the past relationship because he was continually walking along with those demons and he needed to release that before he got into marriage. So it probably is not only sex, the fact that your emotions are exchanged and all kind of something, you have to be released from that. So there comes the importance of marriage. There is another person that I got something from in the street I really want to hear because I did not listen to it before.
Might be on the topic.
Well,
It is in the Bible that when two persons come together, they become one. Not determining that it is through marriage that they become one, but also through sexual entanglements. And that's what I mean. Of course, when you become one,
hold on a minute. I want to know, can somebody tell me if they're hearing clearly? Can somebody tell me online if they're hearing the voice notes clearly? Please let me know. From an unsaved person. That is from an unsaved person. What she is saying, she believes that
It's spiritual.
It's spiritual, basically. Not only by marriage, but once you and the person have sex, you become one. So things are being released.
It's spiritual and even dreams. Sometimes you dream you're in sexual acts. And then the demons that sometimes are the worst. I would even say the worst. They would have put you with all Pastor Beckford when you said I do like something. no, it's true, you know.
And it spirit of
right. And sometimes when you say, my God, what is that? And you look, it's so real that the spirit then I dream. And when you wake up and never saw.
But naturally, having sex with an individual, you find out that you started to yearn after the person. Even, maybe, let me put it like, it could be that you think that this person loves you, that's why they would want to have sex with you. But it's not really love, it's just that the person wants to have sex. But give yourself to the person, start to yearn after the person, and you expect to have this person into your life because your inner being start to go after. So and naturally too, we must know that when you have sex, it's not just the man give off sperm. The woman also give off. So it is an exchange. It's an exchange. So and reading the scripture, it said you become one. So and Minister Berg said, you according to the scripture, you become you are the temple of the living God. So you become a vessel. So you must be careful that which that individual possessed, you have taken onto it.
So problem.
If you realize that two persons, right?
I was just going there. Go ahead.
If one has a sexual urge, right? One and the next one has a sexual urge. By the time you touch the next one, the body starts to change.
Yeah. So
the body whole but the cold bone full up. And part of you start wet. Story. So it happens. It's like there's a connection.
There is a connection. And probably that's why the word of God tells us that you can't serve two masters. Probably that's why people feel and jealousy.
Yes.
Because if you have sex spiritually and then the next person over there say, there's not access to the next person, comes what me, I don't feel jealous if you see that person with that next person.
There's a connection.
Because there's a connection, there's a bond, and probably out of those spirit too. When you're your husband, then I have the experience where you just feel like something wrong. Or you feel like there's something telling you to call your husband, or there's an instinct because there's a tie.
There's a tie.
So sex must be spiritual.
And that's why sometimes there's the partner would say somebody tell you. But nobody will tell you.
Sex is like a magnet. Sex is spirit filled.
It's spirit. I can speak about my experience. I remember that night after, probably not the first time, but after me and my husband got married, I remember like we were there, you know the thing. And I started crying and we start worship. Like I was worshiping. I was worshiping during the process. I was worshiping and I was crying and I was saying, thank you, Jesus. And when I looked at my husband's eyes, he was there crying too. And he must say, this is amazing because when the area starts say hallelujah. And the same thing it's the same thing him saying in his head, thank you, Jesus, praise God. So, we had a connection there spiritually under the anointing, not realizing that something was happening in the atmosphere. So really and truly, sex was something to play with.
I want to say that sex, being a Christian, what you need to know is like when you're having sex, you're giving worship to God.
Yes, that's where I was getting. So it's a form of worship because it's God ordained. It's not a form of worship. That's why we can't say it unclean, we can't come back to last week. We can't come back to last week.
No, I know it's not unclean.
It's not
be bodily or physically, yes.
So I just no,
Right.
so it's a form of worship when it is done properly.
When it is done properly.
When it is done properly, yes.
So that means if you're not right now worship something else. That means
we have to be careful, you know, because the idol worshippers, idol worshippers would make their contribution. This was a ritual and also a practice of the idol worshippers. In the Edens, when they worship their gods, they worship in the behavior of having sex, even into the assembly. Which, if you read the scripture, you will see where, and it was displeasing, you know, and that's why, you know, God wrought because they use it as a form of worship by having sex before the idol.
before the idol.
Yes, in the temple.
The temple is not.
That those are destructive. Those are destructive. In the other form,
it has to be a beautiful thing, Pastor.
It
Why?
is beautiful.
Because, especially in marriage, children, God says you must be fruitful and multiply and bringing blessing into the world.
Yes.
You understand? It must be spiritual. Because that kind of spiritual, you know, sperm exchange to the egg, create a child. That is spiritual.
But you need to understand.
That's why we have to be careful.
We have to be careful.
We have to be careful.
Because what we need to understand is that sex for some people is different from other people. Right now, it's true. It's true. You understand? And people are going to say to you, marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. And when me go, I'm going to start oral sex. And the Bible tell you one next something around this about it in Leviticus. And your husband come and your husband used to if you get it on your head top. And it's that what kind of praise them is?
Holy
I don't know if
Ghost.
you understand where I'm
Holy
going.
Ghost.
We understand.
Right? Because different men take it to different level. And women are trying to please their husband. Because next thing you know, please the man and look somebody out of the road.
Well, sister, to me, that's what I'm saying. It
That's
depends on
something
your
that child
partner.
child knows.
It depends on your
man.
partner.
Child know.
It depends on your partner.
Yes.
It's worship for me.
It's worship for me too. I guess it depends on the setting and the mood of things. Because I've had the experience and it was wonderful. And spiritual, when we worship and bad. Right? So as you say, it all depends on the person and the spiritual level of the person. All depends.
I am saying, is that biblical?
The worship.
It's not biblical.
The worship.
Yeah, sex is not for worship. It's not biblical.
I'm not looking at the biblical part of it, you know.
Yeah, but we don't want to claim something that is not so.
Well, that is
She was
another
talking
topic.
about experience.
Right, that is another topic. That is another topic. But during the process, giving thanks as a worship, I really don't think it is something bad. Because it's a worship, and if God ordained you forget your husband, and then you can worship and thank God during it. I really don't think it is.
That's our view.
That is our view, and that is her view. Right? So that is another topic though. Well, I don't really see a lot of persons saying no to the spiritual exchange. So I guess most of our viewers are agreeing with the fact that it is a spiritual exchange.
And it is sex is important.
Sex is important.
Sex is very
Sex
important.
is
But
important. Also in the marriage, that is another topic.
my take on this topic, however, is that I believe to have a proper or fundamental sex life is to go into marriage. And that's where I'm at. And you will find the essence of spirituality and pleasing God. Because what we find out, one of the biggest problems that we're having in our nation, our generation, is that the practice of sex, the culture of how we start our sex life, and it is not pleasing to God. Because what I think, and as I said, culture, it is a culture. And it's not that we are damning anybody saying, because this is, as we know, culture. But the real essence to how we should start our sex life is to marry. And I think this should be well thought even by the parents. And let me try to show you something here. Go ahead. If we look back. Alright, let me try to cut short. If we look back in Samson's life, Samson was warned not to go onto strange woman, and it cost his life. Because it became destructive to him. So if we started, as the Bible said, train up the child in the way they should go, that when they come of age, they will not depart from it. So I think this is where we need to deem it, make sure that we put it into our children, that listen the right way. And what I'm saying here, as Sister Dawn asked the question, in the church it must be taught, and we must counsel our children, the believers, that they know the path that they need to take. Because personally, I seek God for the partner of my life, and go over hills and valley and mountain, and all sorts of experience, but thank God for His blessing upon our marriage. Yeah.
All right.
So,
conclusion, Miss Bert?
About two things. I concur with what he said, but we have to remember too that not everybody is going to get married. And we need to understand too that people are talking about being unequally yoked and all kind of things, but we need to understand that our churches hardly have men, right? So we have to think about the cross boundaries.
And they come back again.
And it's still and the whole Samson thing.
Yes, come back again where we train up the boys, train up the girls, that they
put it on, but already.
And most times somehow we are a pure girl.
Yes, that's true.
But I just want to say, sex is very, very important in marriage, because the Bible tells us that we are to be fruitful and multiply. Now the male in the marriage provide the genes that produce the generation, right? So men need sex, right? Because men can't have children alone by themselves. Just like how car need gas, can't function without the gas. That is how the males can't function without sex.
What?
Right? So men do not have a cycle. Women have cycle, menstrual cycle, so they have a pause. Men don't have any pause. So they are ready 24/7, any day, any time, any hour. So sex is of importance in our marriage.
I'm not opposing you, but I rather you say that the car, the vehicle need gas. Say the vehicle need engine, because today world is developing cars or vehicles without gas.
Yes. So an electric one.
Yes.
Just before you go, quickly, I'm going to go to Madam Williams now, but somebody's asking, what if yourself, your body, the exchange is still going on?
Yes.
What if what?
So,
sell your body.
It's possible.
For sale. But the exchange of spirit is still going on.
Yeah, it's because you have intercourse. As long as you have intercourse with multiple partners, you are taking from the person.
You really have to be careful.
And that's biblical.
That's biblical. All right, go ahead, Mother Williams. We are way past the time. 1 hour is the time to have this church talk.
Okay, I just want to say to our viewers that when you have sex, remember now that many things can transfer. When you have sex, it may be sickness, it can be disease, also spirits connect, and so on. The next time before you have sex, think about it. Before you get into sex, you need to think carefully about it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any more last words?
I would say, don't have intercourse without marriage. Don't. You are making a dead entrance where it's going to affect you in the long run. So think about seeking God in your life and allow Him to direct you. God bless you. Thank you for being a part of us.
I want to say to those who are not married yet, just wait.
Amen.
Don't, while you're waiting, get on some mass. Get a job, educate yourself, so that when you're moving on to your husband or your wife, you don't go with a scandal bag. So that when problem comes, you say that you even come with a scandal bag. Take the time out to build yourself professionally and own some things, so that when your partner comes, you will have enough to join. God bless you.
Enjoy your singleness, don't endure it.
Amen.
Wonderful, wonderful. It was a wonderful night. Let us know if you enjoyed this week's episode. God bless you. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. Thank you so much. God bless you again. As I said last week, we are taking our time and upgrade. Again, if you want to make any donation to the upgrading of this episode and this program, let me know via messenger. We're getting better and better people, so continue viewing us and stay alive, stay in the love of God. God bless you. God bless you. We love you. Thanks, Mother Williams. We'll be having her back, She's not far away. I know you enjoyed her. God bless you. God bless you.